Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's your boy Six Pass Duga back again with another reaction video. And look, I just feel like coming on here and talking to you guys about TBV VORTEX. Right now, the story's mainly just focused on two characters, Sarada and Boruto. Those two characters got the shine right now. And I've been seeing a lot of like interesting videos on the timeline and what you guys may send to me to react to. I get all that. And out of all of those, this video right here got my attention. As you guys can see, is by Naruto Explain. Actually, Naruto Explain, you know, I spoke to him a few times. He's a really good guy, not gonna lie. He gave us multiple shoutouts on the channel, so yeah, I appreciate that very much. I'm pretty sure he was one of the first like big content creators to notice me on the come up. You know, we're at 10K right now, on the grind for 20K. Actually, it's crazy to think about, bro. But yeah, honestly, like I said, I can't really say it enough, bro. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who ever supported me. The new, the OGs. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody. But anyway, I've been working to trying to keep the little intros down. I mean, probably not past 2 minutes. I'm not trying to go past 2 minutes. So I'm probably around maybe like a minute-ish right now. Minute 10 seconds, you know, minute 20 seconds, 15. And I was like, all right. Let's just focus on the video. So Sarada's power-up is leading Boruto and Kawaki to a road of destruction. Before we get into the video, of course, you guys always know we show love around here, right? So before you do anything, just go ahead and go to Naruto Explain channel, leave a like on this video right here. I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description. It's easy. You don't even gotta go search it up. Just go down there, click it, show some love. Also go drop him a sub, all that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. Y'all already know what it is. Anyway, yeah, let's get into the video.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain and bring you guys another Boruto TBV VORTEX discussion. Today, I want to take a deeper dive into why this new chapter has opened the door for some major growth at the hands of Sarada Uchiha and how this sets the stage for her learning one of the biggest lessons when it comes to her dealings with Kawaki as she walks down the path of becoming Hokage, including learning one major lesson that comes from the story of Naruto Uzumaki that she is currently learning, which is no, it's not to have the guts to never give up, but instead something way deeper than that she needs to learn and is being forced to learn now that if she wants to be a true successor to Naruto's Will of Fire and eventually be the next Hokage.
Yeah,
also,
she's very similar to Naruto.
The chapter review is up on the channel right now, so if you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. And if you're into One Piece, don't forget to check out the new video on my Everything One Piece Explained channel. And also, if you're a Fire Force fan, hey, breaking all of them though, this is hands down one of the most important long-form arcs in Boruto's entire story, in particular Boruto TBV VORTEX, that it hasn't truly reached its climax yet for obvious reasons, but all signs, they point towards it being essential for Sarada, her complete transformation to become the next Hokage. So we have to dig into this deeply, and we have to look at Sarada
Hokage
Kawaki,
development arc,
tale of two ideals. So at its heart, when you really sit down and think about it, Boruto TBV VORTEX is no longer just a story that's building towards a climax of Boruto versus Kawaki. There's a third contender in here. It's about Sarada's evolution versus Kawaki's descent, because Sarada is being forged as ideological counterweight to Kawaki's obsession.
And that's why I feel like these two characters right here are always going to be tied together. They always going to have that beef. Because as someone who strives to become Hokage in Sarada, Kawaki's a direct counter to her. They're like oil and water, because we see it all the time. Sarada's always saying, as a shinobi who strives to become Hokage, I won't let you do whatever you want, Kawaki. I won't let you sit up here in the village and just do whatever. Let me give you guys a different angle to look at this as, right? So we all know Kawaki's end goal is to just kill Boruto, right? And we can see in chapter 20, one of the things that Sarada accepted was her feelings towards Boruto. That alone, that acceptance helped her awaken her Mangekyou Sharingan. Sarada wants to be able to protect Boruto. And to be able to protect Boruto is one of the steps that Sarada wants to take to become Hokage. Look at it like this way. It's kind of like how Naruto felt like he couldn't become Hokage until he rescued Sasuke from his hatred. And I'm pretty sure my OG Naruto fans remember when Naruto said this, specifically the time during Naruto and Sasuke's reunion at the beginning of Shippuden. Naruto directly told Sasuke, How can I become Hokage if I can't save one friend? So that was Naruto's little brick wall that he had to break through in order to feel like a Hokage internally. So the same thing can be applied here, as Sasuke was Naruto's brick wall that he had to break through. Kawaki is Sarada's brick wall that she has to break through. He's trying to kill the one person that she feels that she needs to protect in order to feel qualified to become Hokage. And her accepting those feelings, her accepting how she feels towards Boruto, helped her awaken her Mangekyou Sharingan. So these two characters are always gonna have different ideals. I do feel like they'll have an even like crazier conflict down the road. Maybe they fight, I can't even lie. But I do have to agree that Sarada and Kawaki, it's some very deep psychological beef going on between them.
Kawaki wants a perfect world that is forged by control. He wants to eradicate all the OTSUTSUKI, including himself and Boruto. But that goalpost is always shifting. He is losing himself in madness, as shown by him telling Amato, pump me full of whatever DNA you need to. I'm gonna get stronger.
Pretty much.
Sarada, on the other hand, she believes in a healed world that is being built by compassion. It is being built by the truth. The themes that you have to start looking at are the core desire for Sarada is to become Hokage and protect everyone equally. For Kawaki, it is to protect only Naruto. The theme for how they see Naruto, Sarada sees Naruto as a hero, as a moral compass, whereas Kawaki sees him as a father figure, an obsession, dare I say it, like a god, very similar to how Code views Ishiki like a god. That, in my opinion, is a large part of the reason why Code and Kawaki's dynamic is so powerful. When you look at their relationship to the truth, Sarada fights to restore it. Kawaki manipulates the truth in order to maintain control. Look no further than how he was able to say, oh my god, you mean me and Boruto, our memories are swapped in everybody's head? Yo, Ada, hey, come here, girl. Tell everybody that Naruto was killed by Boruto and that you saw it. When it look at the approach to power itself, when you take a look at that, Sarada views it as being shared, earned through love, earned through trust, earned through hard work, earned through the typical shinobi path. However, for Kawaki, it is hoarded. It is to be earned through force and through deception. When you look at forgiveness, Sarada's character arc is going to lead her to eventually forgiving Kawaki. However, Kawaki right now, he can't forgive Boruto or the world, in the sense that, hey, if you are a threat to Naruto, you all gotta go. The path moving forward for Sarada, she is an embodiment of unification. For Kawaki, the path moving forward for him until he is redeemed is about erasure and rewriting. This is why when you take a look at what makes Kawaki's lie so important for Sarada's growth, this is why it gets so huge. So the omnipotence lie that swapped everyone's memories, and then Kawaki takes advantage of it and says that Boruto killed Naruto, and that Kawaki is strutting around Konoha acting like he's Naruto's biological son. It is Kawaki's ultimate betrayal of the truth, identity, and honestly, just community in of itself. He was taken into Konoha and treated like a citizen by Naruto.
And that's why I feel like this MS reveal is so big, because it's not only, yeah, sure, Sarada gets more power, she gets more powerful, but this reveal has more to do with her character, right? Her character is going to do a whole 180. Now that she's not afraid of the truth, she's not mentally nerfing herself anymore. Like I said, this isn't just more power for Sarada. It's a whole step to becoming Hokage. One of the reasons why it always seemed Kawaki was just this overwhelming force in comparison to Sarada is because of resolve. That's all it is. Kawaki's resolve was just way more powerful than Sarada's, who doesn't even understand or accept themselves. Up until this point, it's always been that way because Sarada did not accept herself. And everything we're talking about just goes back to Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke has his view of everything, he has his ideals, and at first, they was just stronger than Naruto's. That's why no matter what he did, Naruto could not beat Sasuke in the Final Valley, Part 1. And the answer is resolve. He just didn't have enough resolve. At the point in time, Sasuke knew what path he wanted to take, and there was nothing Naruto could have said or done to stray him away from that path. It wasn't until Naruto learned about hatred from his mentors, Jiraiya. I'ma even put Nagato in there because he helped him overcome hatred. They helped Naruto grow not only physically, but mentally. The path Naruto took to overcome hatred did not just happen in one day. It happened over a span of years. chapters upon chapters, conflict upon conflict, battle upon battle. It all happened gradually as he matured. He had to go through Jiraiya dying, getting revenge for his master, and not killing Nagato. He not only had to confront his own hatred at the Waterfall of Truth, but then he had to take on the Nine Tails hatred. And then he got involved in a war. All that helped him grow mentally. All that helped him overcome hatred, so eventually his ideologies would surpass Sasuke's. All those experiences built up Naruto's case to become Hokage. Him saving Sasuke from hatred was just a cherry on top, but it was much needed for him to feel like he can become Hokage. It was like the final boss. Yeah, Sasuke was the final boss. And I'm not gonna lie, I do see the same dynamic for Kawaki and Sarada. Sarada's gonna have to grow mentally until her ideologies can rival Kawaki's. And that MS reveal was the first step of doing that. Now, of course, this is going to lead to a conflict. A very physical one or a more dialogue-filled conflict. It's going to be a conflict between them sooner or later because they have that same dynamic of Naruto versus Sasuke. One person believes the world should be like this, and another believes it should be like this.
A power-hungry person would have just used that grief to justify violence. If she was a typical Uchiha, she would have been lost in that violence right there because of how deeply she loved Naruto. But a true Hokage, which she isn't at right now, but she's acting like one, a true Hokage understands that peace comes through forgiveness without erasure. That before you turn to violence, you have to try other options. Sarada's learning the same lesson that Naruto did, that the peace, it is a cycle of breaking cycles itself. That is why she is having to detach herself from her Uchiha genetics when you really sit down and think about how she's been written. Even when you're the one who's being betrayed, true peace comes from breaking cycles. This is why Sarada had to witness Kawaki's corruption. Sarada's growth, it isn't just about getting stronger, and unfortunately, because of how shown in our structure,
it's crazy
that is
witnessing her growth to become Hokage.
When in reality,
it's a crazy journey.
Especially with the Naruto franchise, even Boruto Naruto Next Generations and Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, there's a lot more character work that is put into it, but because we like Rasengan go boom, Fireball Jutsu go boom, Chidori go spark spark, that's what people focus on. However, true understanding of the series,
I mean, unfortunately, that is true. That is true. To be honest, a lot of people don't care about the development of characters not named Boruto and Kawaki. But I said all the time, the reason why it's important to have arcs like this, not focus on the protagonist or deuteragonist, is so when those two characters are not present, your story doesn't fall off a cliff. This mission just had Mitsuki, Sarada, Konohamaru, Yodo, and Araya mainly in it. No Boruto. For the most part, we haven't really seen Boruto in action since chapter 12. The last time Boruto fought was against Hidari. And of course, just seeing Boruto, I mean, that's enough for some people. Just seeing him talk, seeing him interact with other characters, that's enough for some people. So I can honestly say, we haven't seen him do much since chapter 17. Believe it or not, Sarada and the rest have been carrying 2 Blue Vortex on their back for all this time. So eventually, if the story needs to come to a point where Boruto or Kawaki isn't present, it's just Sarada and somebody else or whatever, the story won't fall off a cliff. There's some people who I think can carry the story, believe it or not. But there's not a lot. Besides Boruto and Kawaki, let's put them aside. I'm putting Himawari up there because a lot of people are interested in her. If Himawari's fighting, that's hype right there. Of course, Sarada now. Believe it or not, Ada can. If the story wanted to take 2 or 3 chapters purely focused on Ada and developing her character, that would not be boring. Especially if Damon's alongside with her, because those two characters are interesting enough. Right now, I would say Mitsuki, but I'm not sure if you can just rely on him for more than 2 chapters. He is a very interesting character, and his character is deep, but he's not as pivotal to the story as the people I just mentioned. Sarada is way more pivotal than Mitsuki. Ada and Damon are way more pivotal than Mitsuki. Himawari is way more pivotal than Mitsuki. So that's really the importance of just developing these side characters. And of course, at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I would rather Boruto go out there, chop chop, Rasengan any day of the week. for sure. But as a true fan of the series, I can definitely sit back and appreciate the times where Sarada, Konohamaru and friends gotta go to Tsunagakure to save Shinki or whatever. You know what I mean? I can appreciate those moments because I know what it takes to build a story like this. It's the same thing they did with Naruto. The thing is, half of y'all watched Naruto. Y'all didn't read the manga. Y'all wasn't reading the manga. Y'all was watching the anime. It's a difference when half of the story was already out. So you guys could just binge watch it, go straight through the chapters, go straight through the episodes, no problem. But as it was coming out, there was a point in time when the story was very dry. It was just focused on other characters not named Naruto and Sasuke, and y'all just had to deal with it.
There are times where characters internalize the true cost of leadership, especially those who are burdened with becoming Hokage in the future or are burdened with being Hokage currently. And right now, nothing is testing that like what Sarada is going through. She is watching Kawaki manipulate reality, continue to take advantage of reality. She is one of the few people who know the truth. She is one of the two non-OTSUTSUKI and non-blood relatives of Ada who actually remember the truth. And she is realizing that for the world to heal, someone must choose to not give in. That's why when her character design came out in 2023, the first thing I said is like, yo, this is all rebellion. Her entire outfit is an homage to Sasuke and Boruto. And what do you know? Ikimoto confirmed it last year. Looks like I wasn't talking out of my ass. Sarada has had to carry Boruto's exile on her shoulders, despite being told that doing such a thing like that is directly ruining her chances of becoming Hokage one day. She has had to watch the world call her friend, potentially someone who she cares for, and based on the lettering that has been used in the Japanese version of the manga, there was a strong romantic undertone there, directly associating with love for Boruto.
That's the theme with the whole series. Sarada is way more important to the series than what you guys may believe. Because as for me, I believe the one person who is capable of reversing omnipotence completely is not going to be Boruto. He's not going to be the one to get his life back. Sarada's going to play a major role in that. And Ikimoto has been hinting that to us all this time. In the words of Sasuke, he's been saying, no matter what's going on right now, the two people that's going to put a stop to it has to be you and Sarada. And then when Sarada awoke in her MS, he was saying those eyes will be a great asset. So it's not only her big conflict with Kawaki, this whole mess with omnipotence is her Hokage test, basically. How is she going to deal with this? If she wants to become Hokage, what is she going to do about omnipotence? What is she going to do about this conflict between Boruto and Kawaki? What is she going to do about it all?
She's realizing, maybe on a subconscious level, or maybe this is something she has to realize later, but if she's going to become Hokage, she has to come to the realization that she's going to end up having to save or play a role in helping save the very person who stole everything from her, because that is what a Hokage does.
Pretty much.
That's a deeper test than any battle. Again, I know we like Rasengan to go bam, Chidori to go spark. We like our big explosions and fancy fight tactics. That's not what this is about. This is the same spiritual journey that Naruto Uzumaki had to walk. It's just being done in a different way. Just as Naruto had to choose mercy at times, after he had every reason to not do so, Sarada's eventually going to have to make the same choice with Kawaki, even if she's obviously not the one that does it because that is Boruto's role. It's not because Kawaki deserves it, but more so because the world itself will deserve it. Because when you look at the totality of Kawaki's circumstances and everything that led him down to this point of where he is now, if you choose to kill someone like that off, it is a darker reflection of the shinobi world. It makes you wonder, are we truly in an era where things have changed? Because killing Kawaki
pretty
would
much
be akin to what the shinobi world used to be before Naruto became that golden beacon of light that was shining through the darkness of the Fourth Ninja War. Sarada's journey is to be the first Uchiha Hokage, and that title only matters if she overcomes the curse of hatred that the clan itself was once embodied with.
Oh, and that is going to make her the greatest Uchiha to ever live. And it's so poetic because Sarada always been a different Uchiha than every other Uchiha we've seen thus far in the series. So the way she acts, downright to how she awakened her Sharingan and Mangekyou Sharingan. She's always been different. If there's gonna be someone to show Kawaki a different path other than the one he's going on right now, it has to be Sarada. If she wants to become Hokage, she has to do it exactly how Naruto did it. A problem came up in the Shinobi world, Naruto solved it, boom, everybody accepted him as the Hokage. Same thing with Sarada. A problem came up in the Shinobi world, what are you gonna do to solve it? So the person to show Kawaki the light might not even be Boruto. That's crazy to think about. And it's so crazy because the Uchiha clan is said to be a clan possessed by evil. And of course we know that narrative is not true. I'm just saying it's crazy how the narrative flipped. Because the Uchiha always been on the other side of that. Whatever path Sarada is going right now, the Uchiha is normally on the other side of it. They're always trying to make change by force and power. Sarada's trying to make change by love and camaraderie. So that's pretty much it. A quick video just to talk to y'all about Sarada and what this MS reveal truly means for her character going forward. She's about to start acting a lot different, and I'm interested to see how her character evolves from this point on. Now that she's accepted herself, she's just gonna get stronger and stronger from here. Like, I can see it, it's very obvious. So I believe it is time to start looking at Sarada in a new light. She is way more important to the series than what everybody is thinking. It's not just the Boruto and Kawaki show. Without Sarada, I believe nothing is gonna get done. So basically, now that Sarada has come to terms with her true self, revealed her MS, what do you think is next for her character? How do you think she's gonna go about the current situation in the Shinobi world? Put all your thoughts and ideas in the comment section below. And remember, Naruto Explain, I'm gonna put his channel link down below in the description, so make sure you guys go check him out. He's a really good Naruto content creator. If you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend you guys do. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I upload or go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'm gonna see y'all boys and girls later. And I'm out. Peace.